America has been talking about gun control for quite some time now, and particularly since there are over 288 mass shootings that have happened in this country alone. Is having access to a gun a risk factor for violence, Maj?
No. I mean, no more than having a pool in your backyard is a risk factor for drowning. See, what we do at Black Guns Matter, we deal with safe and responsible firearms ownership. The biggest answer here, because we can bring out actual data, not the way that people use data and statistics to lie. The actual data is the places that, if we're talking about mass shootings, the places that are 90% where mass shootings happen are gun-free zones. The guy in Buffalo that wrote the so-called manifesto saying, I'm going to Buffalo to kill Black people. I'm choosing this place because there's going to be very little people with the means to stop me from doing it. And I'm racist and I'm going to go kill Black people. Gun control is actually killing us. Again, you can't ignore that number. 90% of mass shootings in America since 1991, where gun-free zones were created, co-authored by Joe Biden, 90% of those mass shootings happen in gun-free zones. It does not make us safer. And to double down, just after Kavanaugh there was a threat or an attempt on his life, now they're saying we need to give extra security. So they understand the importance of arming important people. It's just the irony that we don't subscribe to the same concept that our children, our communities, through education, safe and responsible firearms ownership, we seem to not have that same understanding for ourselves.
Mo Kelly?
I agree with some of what Maj says, but there's some that's also misleading as far as statistics. We also know that in terms of mass shootings, 7 of the top 10 states which have mass shootings are open carry states. So we know that those states do have a plethora of guns, and there are more law-abiding citizens who carry guns. So that is not the only variable in the conversation.
That statistics inaccurate. And even to double down on that, the state that has the most restrictive gun laws in America is California. They have the most mass shootings of any state in America. I'll pull up the resources and the data to prove what I'm saying. I want you to pull up the 7 to 10 that you're pulling from.
If I may finish my point, sure. Part of what you said, Maj, was talking about added security for those people who are important. And if you talk about added security or law enforcement, those are trained individuals. We're not talking about the lay public. I am for, and you say that you're for responsible gun ownership, then a component of that in that equation must be training, must be licensing, must be background checks. If we're talking about responsible ownership, then there shouldn't be any barrier to that. Now, go ahead, Maj.
2 of the 3 things that you said already exist. Every firearms purchase in America that's a lawful firearms purchase goes through a federal firearm and a background check. There is no such thing as a gun show. There is no such thing as a gun show loophole. Have you ever purchased a firearm at a gun show? I have.
I haven't, but I know you can do it in California without a background check. I know
you cannot.
For a fact.
No, that's not a fact. That's a lie. That's wrong. That's wrong.
It may not be legal, but it can be done. That's
last
my point.
What I'm saying to you is you can, in any time that you purchase a firearm lawfully in these United States of America, including a gun show, we're not talking about private sales, including a gun show, you have to fill out a 4473. That is a federal form that every single person that lawfully purchases a firearm, they get a background check. So that's the first thing. In regards to licensing has nothing to do with safety. Licensing means the government is telling you, you have to pay me for this thing. Licensing does not make you more trained, responsible, or more educated about firearms ownership. I am agreeing with you with the simple fact that we do need safe and responsible firearms ownership. We should look into organizations like Faster Saves Lives in Ohio that voluntarily teaches instructors and educators that want to do that training and that licensing. Very important.
But